Hello everyone, this is Arvind here from MindMajix, and today I welcome you all to this amazing session on Sophos interview questions. Okay, so just to give you an idea, so Sophos is a very in-demand technology these days. Okay, and if you have an interview scheduled in coming few days, or you can say coming few hours, so what you can do is by watching this video, you can brush up all the concepts that you know about Sophos. Okay, so basically this video will serve as an revision for your interview. Okay, so that's the whole idea behind these interview question series of videos from MindMajix. Okay, and in this video, we have covered roughly around 40 questions. Okay, and we have tried to cover each and every concept. So this is about the information that we have on this video. Okay, so let's move ahead and start with our first question. Okay, so the first question is, what is Sophos known for? Okay, so Sophos is a global pioneer in IT security. Data protection provides complete network access control and fights against known and undiscovered malware, spyware, intrusions, and unwanted programs, spams, policy abuse, and data leaks. Over 100 million consumers in over 150 countries are protected by their well-engineered, simple-to-use solutions. So Sophos' vision, devotion to research and development, and strict adherence to quality have allowed continuing solid growth and industry's top levels of customer satisfaction. Okay, so this is a brief overview of what exactly Sophos is known for. The next question is, what is Sophos Home? So Sophos has a long history of protecting some of the world's most well-known companies. Now your home PCs and Macs may benefit from the same sophisticated business-grade protection that IT professionals rely upon. So Sophos Home goes beyond traditional antivirus to provide robust real-time protection against the latest ransomware, malicious software, and hacking attempts. In other words, all types of evolving cybercrime. Both Windows and Mac PCs are protected with Sophos Home. So let's move to the next question. So the next question is, what does Sophos do? So Sophos creates communication endpoint security, encryption, network security, email security, mobile security, and unified threat management solutions. Sophos focuses on offering security software to businesses with 100 to 5,000 employees. The next question is Sophos Endpoint a good antivirus? Okay, so Sophos has 97.8 protection rate in the antivirus comparatives 2021 real world protection test. It's worth emphasizing that the end user was responsible for the success of the infection in 2 of the 16 cases. The next question is, what is Sophos Security Heartbeat? The Sophos Security Heartbeat exchanges data in real time between your endpoints and your firewall over a secure link. So this simple process of coordinating security products that had previously worked independently improves the protection against advanced malware and targeted attacks. The next question is Sophos a VPN, or you can say a virtual private network? So Sophos Connect is a VPN client for Microsoft Windows 7 SP2 and Mac OS 10.12. So it creates encrypted VPN tunnels for offsite personnel that are highly safe. The next question is, can you list some of these Sophos products? Okay, so as you can see guys on the screen, these are some of the products from Sophos, such as Sophos Endpoint, Sophos Firewall, and Sophos MTR. So let's move to the next question. And the next question is, what are the companies using Sophos? So guys, as you can see on the screen, these are the companies that use Sophos extensively, such as Federal Emergency Management Agency, Zendesk, Protege Partners, Confidential Records, and VMware. The next question is, what is Sophos DLP? So Sophos DLP provides one-of-a-kind and straightforward data loss prevention solution. So to enable immediate protection of your sensitive data, integrate content scanning into threat detection engine and include a comprehensive set of sensitive data type definitions. This DLP technology is available in both Sophos Endpoint and email appliance products, allowing you to safeguard your data simply and effectively while staying within your security budget. The next question is, what do you mean by Sophos ESG? So the Sophos ESG is a next generation firewall that combines classic firewall functionality with sophisticated threat protection, intrusion detection, and risky user behavior detection technology. The security heartbeat sends red, yellow, green health data to the firewall every 15 seconds. The next question is, how does Sophos synchronized security work? So Sophos solutions actively collaborate with synchronized security, responding to situations automatically and providing increased security insights. So Sophos solutions use a security heartbeat TM to transmit real-time information and react automatically in seconds. The next question is, and a very important question as far as Sophos interview is concerned. So the question is, what is Sophos MTR? So Sophos Managed Threat Response, or MTR, is a fully managed solution that delivers 24/7 threat hunting, detection, and response capabilities supplied by a professional team. So Sophos MTR combines machine learning technology with expert analysis to increase threat hunting and detection, alert investigation, and targeted actions to quickly and effectively eliminate threats. So you decide how and when potential issues are escalated, what reaction steps you want to take, and who should be included in the interaction with Sophos MTR. The next question is, what is Sophos Endpoint EDR? So Sophos EDR provides enhanced threat hunting and IT security operational hygiene tools. Advanced protection against the latest never seen before threats, ransomware, and fileless and memory-based attacks is also included in the Intercept X and the Intercept X for the server. The next question is, does Sophos Endpoint protect against ransomware? So Sophos Intercept X is the best ransomware defense available. It employs behavioral analysis to prevent ransomware and boot record attacks that have never been seen before. Intercept X protects endpoints and servers using CryptoGuard technology, thereby preventing malicious software from encrypting files locally or remotely. The next question is, what is Sophos virus removal tool? So the Sophos virus removal tool can detect and remove malware from a single Windows endpoint PC. The utility should be downloaded afresh when a new scan is required to stay current with the latest detections. It will not have phone or email support because it is a free tool. Any issues with the devices should be addressed in the Sophos community. The Sophos virus removal tool adds no new detection capabilities to the existing Sophos virus removal tool. So Sophos virus removal tool does not provide additional detecting capabilities over Sophos antivirus version 10. However, a managed Sophos antivirus installation includes extra features like real-time scanning and central management. The next question is, what all can Sophos track? So guys, this question basically means that how capable is Sophos in detecting all the ransomware attacks and malicious attacks? So Sophos logs with Panther is commonly used in the few of the security scenarios. And these scenarios are detection and protection of malware, ransomware, exploits, viruses, and PUA. Next is notifications on the local network or web traffic, such as traffic from known harmful or spam domains. And the third scenario is endpoint policy violations and data loss prevention events that are sent out as notifications. So in these kind of scenarios, Sophos proves to be very handy. The next question is, can Sophos take screenshots? Okay, so forensic snapshots extract information from a Sophos record of a computer's activities and thereby allowing you to conduct your own investigation. So a threat graph or the status tab in the device details page can be used to build a forensic snapshot. So the next question is, what kind of security measures does Sophos Home offer? So Sophos Home protects you with various components, including AI, machine learning, signature-based and behavioral detections. Sophos Home uses signature-based detection to identify and eliminate known threats quickly. When the behavior-based detection is integrated with AI, it becomes possible to find and remove brand new, never seen before zero-day malware. So Sophos also keeps a track of your programs and applications, blocking the harmful ones and enabling users to uninstall them. Apart from this, Sophos also uses global database to prevent the users from visiting phishing sites and inspect website code to guard against hacked sites and downloads. The next question is, can I use Sophos Home with my other security or antivirus software. So using two antivirus programs will not provide you with a double protection. So before installing or running a new antivirus, all security companies advocate deleting your current antivirus. So some computer maintenance software has antivirus-like functions which can cause a few issues. So there are basically two key reasons why this should not be done. So the first reason is two antiviruses will battle for resources. So this depletes your computer's processing capacity, and this results in substantially longer load times and the possibility of a computer crash, which no one wants. And the second reason is when two antiviruses attempt to halt a threat simultaneously, the threat may not be destroyed completely. The next question is, how many computers can I add to my Sophos Home account? So the answer to this question is a Sophos Home Premium account allows you to secure up 10 PCs, which includes both the Mac PCs as well as the Windows PCs. So suppose you have reached the limit and you wish to protect the another computer. So in that case, you'll need to either remove an existing computer from the dashboard or buy another Sophos Home Premium license with a different email address. So both the accounts must be managed individually because they cannot be combined. The next question is, can I install Sophos Home on my mobile device? So users with Sophos Home Premium can download Sophos Intercept X for the mobile and contact support for help. So these devices will be protected by a product other than the Sophos Home, and thus this will not display in your Sophos Home dashboard. The next question is, can I install Sophos Home Premium on more than 10 computers? So when the 10 device limit is reached, the add device button becomes disabled. So if you have reached your limit and you wish to add another computer, then you'll need to either remove an existing machine from your dashboard or purchase a new Sophos Home license. The next question is, what is the difference between Sophos XG and UTM? The Sophos SG series is a mature and a reliable platform. Some of the XG's new features are missing. The critical distinction is that SG series appliances come with UTM 9 firmware pre-installed and the XG firewalls come with XG Firewall firmware pre-installed. The XG's Sophos Firewall operating system is updated more frequently because it is newer. It's worth noting that SG's firmware can be upgraded to XG. The next question is, what are the steps to set up a firewall? So guys, this is another very important question. Okay, and if you successfully answer this question, so this will create a very good impression of yours on the interviewer. Okay, so if you talk about these steps that are required to set up a firewall, so as you can see, these are the 5 steps that you must follow. Okay, and now let's discuss each of these steps in detail. So the first step is secure your firewall. So if an intruder gains administrative access to your firewalls, it's game over for your network security. So as a result of this, the first and the most crucial step in this procedure is to secure your firewall. Never bring a firewall into production that hasn't been appropriately secured by doing the following configuration tasks. And which are those tasks? So the first task is install the latest firmware on your firewall. Next, change any default passwords and delete, disable, or rename the default user accounts. Use only passwords that are both complex and safe. Next, create different administrator accounts with limited privileges based on duties if various administrators manage the firewall. So never utilize a user account that has been shared with another person. And last but not the least, disable the SNMP or set it to use a specific community string. So this was all about the first step, which is the secure your firewall. The next step is architect your firewall zones and IP addresses. So what do you mean by that? So to protect your network's essential assets, you must first determine what they are, such as, is that a payment card or a patient data? So this is a very sensitive data that you do not want to get hacked, or you do not want such kind of data leakages. So what you can do is you can devise a network structure that allows these assets to be grouped and assigned to the networks or zones based on their sensitivity level and purpose. After you have created your network zones and set them to interfaces, you'll need to figure out what kind of traffic needs to flow into and out of each one of these zones. The third step is configure access control list. So access control lists are firewall rules that apply to each interface or sub-interface on the firewall and allows this traffic. So you must tailor your ACLs to a specific source and destination IP addresses and port numbers when possible. Also, you must ensure that there is a deny all rule at the end of every access control list to filter out unauthorized traffic. You must apply inbound and outbound ACLs to each interface and sub-interface on your firewall to ensure that only authorized traffic enters and exits your every zone. The fourth point is configure your other firewall services and logging. So if your firewall can also operate a DHCP server, a network time protocol server, an intrusion prevention system, and so on, so you must go ahead and configure these services that you want to use. You must disable any unnecessary services that you are no longer using. And the last point is testing your firewall configuration. So you must verify that your firewall is functioning correctly in a test environment. You must remember to check that your firewall is blocking the traffic that should be prohibited based on the ACL settings. So vulnerability scanning and penetration testing should be done on your firewall as well. So when you have completed testing your firewall, it should be ready to go into the production. So you must permanently save a backup of your firewall configuration in a secure location to ensure that all of your hard work is not lost in the event of an hardware breakdown. So these are the necessary steps that you must have in place to set up a firewall. The next question is, what is a bridge mode in Sophos? So transparent subnet gateways can be configured with bridges. Sophos firewall removes traffic connected to the bridge interfaces without an IP address if the traffic meets the firewall rule with web proxy filtering or a NAT rule. So these packets aren't locked because they have been dropped. You must specify the override source translation setting to avoid falling traffic because of the NAT rules. You must first assign an IP address to bridge the interface to enable the routing. On routed traffic, you cannot allow VLAN filtering. You must build a firewall rule that allows traffic between the zones associated with the bridged interfaces to allow traffic between them. So you must create a firewall rule allowing traffic from LAN to LAN for bridged interfaces configured with LAN zones. The next question is, what is XG in Sophos? So Sophos XG Firewall is a top-rated IPS with advanced threat protection, cloud sandboxing, and comprehensive AI-powered threat analysis, as well as dual AV, web and app control, email protection, and a full-featured web browser. The next question is, what is the difference between Sophos SG and XG? The SG and the XG series hardware is comparable in CPU, RAM, memory, and ports. The key distinction is that SG series appliances come with UTM 9 firmware pre-installed, while XG firewalls come with XG Firewall firmware pre-installed. The XG Sophos Firewall operating system is updated more frequently as a newer product. Apart from this, the SG may be upgraded to the XG firmware at any time. The next question is, how secure is the Sophos Firewall? So Sophos XG Firewall is the only network security solution that can correctly identify the user and the source of the infection while restricting access to the network resources. This is made possible by Sophos Security Heartbeat, which incorporates endpoint health into firewall rules to prevent access and isolate infected computers and provide telemetry and health status between Sophos endpoints and your firewalls. So the good news is that it all happens automatically, and it is already saving businesses and organizations time and money when it comes to the environmental protection. The next question is, describe Sophos Security. So Sophos Group is a security software and hardware firm based in UK. Sophos creates communication endpoint, encryption, network security, email security, mobile security, and unified threat management products. Sophos focuses on offering security software to enterprises with 100 to 5,000 employees. The next question is, are Sophos firewalls good? So according to Gartner's Magic Quadrant, Sophos is a visionary product. Its XG firewall is simply a next generation firewall to set up and manage. It detects and prevents unknown attacks, automatically isolates compromised systems in a security incident, and reveals hidden user, application, and threat risks on the network. So mid-sized and scattered businesses and those using Sophos endpoint security solution might choose the Sophos XG firewalls. So the biggest highlight of Sophos firewall is that it includes dedicated remote branch devices and a user-friendly management interface. The next question is, what are the characteristics of Sophos? So Sophos firewall delivers the most comprehensive portfolio of secure edge access solutions, VPN, SD-WAN, and core networking capabilities to accommodate any network. Apart from this, Sophos firewall includes all of the tools that you need to achieve your SD-WAN connection, quality, security, and continuity objectives. The next question is Sophos firewall safe? So the answer to this question is XG Firewall combines antivirus, intrusion prevention, web app control, and the SSL inspection into a single streaming engine. So the extreme network flow fast path can handle the traffic known to be secure. The next question is, what is the default IP of the Sophos firewall? So the default IP address of a Sophos firewall that runs on the UTM operating system is 192.168.0.1. The next question is, does XG Firewall provide pre-packaged policies? So Sophos XG Firewall includes pre-packaged web filtering, IPS, traffic shaping, and app control policies, as well as time-saving business applications and server protection templates. The next question is, what is ATP in Sophos XG Firewall? So advanced threat protection in the Sophos XG Firewall analyzes all network traffic to discover infected or compromised clients inside the network and raises the alarm or drops traffic from those clients such as DNS, HTTP, IP packets, and so on. So if the appropriate features are enabled, it includes intrusion prevention and antivirus data. The next question is, what are the available deployment options for the XG Firewall? So guys, as you can see on the screen, these are the deployment options that are available for XG Firewall, such as establishing a wireless network, creating a personalized sign-in page for your hotspot. Apart from this, you can also construct a mesh network. And the next point is, as a bridge to an access point LAN, you can set up a wireless network. Next, you can create a distinct zone for your wireless network, and you can use a hotspot voucher to give the guest access. And last but not the least, you can use the command line interface or the CLI, and you can remotely restart the access points as well. The next question is, how do I see what devices are connected to the Sophos XG? So to see all of your connected devices, what you can do is you can go first to the wireless and then you can click on devices. So the name, MAC address, IP address, username, vendor, access point, SSID, security heartbeat, and connection speed and a band of connected devices are listed over here. So security heartbeat classifies the devices according to the level of security. The next question is, where is the virtual host in the Sophos XG Firewall? So to find out the virtual host, what you can do is you can go to firewall, then you can click on virtual host, and then you can click on virtual host and click on add a host using the below parameters. And what are those parameters? The first parameter is the virtual host name, then the IP address of the internal server or the host from which the internet users can reach it. The next question is, how do I manage XG from Sophos Central? So to manage XG from Sophos Central, what you can do is you can click on manage from Sophos Central to set the XG firewall to be monitored and controlled. Before you may work from Sophos Central, the administrator of the Sophos Central must accept the XG firewall. So you can click on configure to define a backup schedule for the firewall, and Sophos Central will save the backup for you. The next question is, what is Sophos user portal? So the Sophos UTM user portal delivers personalized email and remote access services. So it can be accessed by using HTTPS to navigate UTM's management address without specifying the port number. Okay. So guys, with this, we have come to the end of this session on Sophos interview questions. I hope you have enjoyed this session and you have understood whatever questions that we have covered in this video. So if you have any queries related to this video, then you can write your queries in the comments box, and my team is here to help you with all your queries and doubts. So thank you so much for being with us and have a good day.